Do you feel like your brain has 50 browser tabs open and you can't find where the music is coming from? It's not just stress, it's a constant humming background noise that never truly goes silent, even when you are sitting still, especially when you are sitting still. You lay in bed, exhausted, body heavy, but your mind decides it's the perfect time to replay a conversation from 3 years ago. You predict 10 different worst-case scenarios for a meeting that hasn't even happened yet. You analyze the tone of voice in a text message. You connect dots that nobody else even sees. And the world tells you the same thing, over and over again. Just relax. Stop overthinking. Have you tried meditation? But when you try to sit in silence, the noise doesn't stop. In fact, it gets louder. For you, silence isn't peaceful. Silence is an amplifier. It feels like locking a wild animal in a small room. The stillness makes the chaos inside your head vibrate until it's physically painful. I have a radical proposition for you today. You are not broken. You don't have a disorder that needs to be fixed or sedated. What if I told you that your anxiety is actually a sign of a high-performance engine that simply lacks a steering wheel? What if the problem isn't that you think too much, but that you don't have enough worthy problems to think about? Welcome to RootedState. Here, we believe you don't need fixing, you need a manual for your hardware. Today, we are going to solve the Ferrari problem. Part 1. The Ferrari Paradox. To understand your brain, we need to look at two machines. First, imagine a bicycle. It is designed to go 10 miles per hour. It's simple, efficient, and calm. It can stop easily, it flows with the pedestrian traffic. Now imagine a Formula 1 car, a Ferrari. It is designed to go 200 miles per hour. It has massive intakes for air, complex cooling systems, and an engine built for extreme performance. Now here's the paradox. What happens if you take that Formula 1 car and force it to drive in slow city traffic at 10 miles per hour? Does it relax? Does it run smoother? No, it overheats, it shakes, the spark plugs foul, the clutch burns out, it malfunctions. The Ferrari is not broken, it is simply in the wrong environment. It is suffering from underutilization. The evolutionary sentry. This is you. Your overthinking is actually high-level pattern recognition. Evolution didn't design your brain to be happy in a cubicle. Evolution designed your brain to keep the tribe alive. Thousands of years ago, you were the sentry. You were the watchman. While others slept, your brain was scanning the horizon. You noticed that the birds stopped singing. You noticed the shift in the wind. You simulated 10 different predator attacks so you could prepare for them. Your anxiety was a superpower. It was the radar system that prevented disaster. But in the modern world, there are no tigers. There are only emails, passive-aggressive comments, and vague uncertainties about the future. So this supercomputer has no external target. And because it must process data, because the engine is running at 7,000 RPM, it turns inward. It starts processing you. Neuroscience gives us a name for this. It's called the Default Mode Network, DMN. This is the network of brain regions that interacts when you are not focused on the outside world. It's the daydreaming mode. For a bicycle brain, the DMN is a gentle stream of thoughts. What's for dinner? That was a nice movie. But for a Ferrari brain, for someone with high intellectual excitability, the DMN is a war room. When you stop focusing on a task, your DMN lights up like a Christmas tree. It immediately starts searching for problems to solve. If it can't find a problem, it creates one. It creates drama. It invents conflicts. It obsesses over your health. Anxiety, for you, is just energy without a job. It is potential power that has nowhere to go, so it becomes kinetic heat. It burns you out because it's running in neutral. The trap of numbing. This explains why your attempts to relax usually fail. When you feel this heat, the instinct is to numb it. You scroll social media for 3 hours. You drink a glass of wine or 3. You binge watch TV. You think you are relaxing, but you aren't. You're just stalling the engine.
You're putting a brick on the brake pedal while the gas is still pressed down. This is why you feel exhausted but wired. This is why you wake up tired. Numbing suppresses the noise, but it doesn't use the energy. The engine is still hot. So what is the solution? If you have a Ferrari, you don't try to turn it into a bicycle. You don't try to remove the engine. You give it a track. We call this active regulation. For the high-performance mind, relaxation does not come from stillness. Relaxation comes from flow. It comes from using the machine for what it was built to do. Here is your new operating protocol. Strategy 1. External RAM. Your brain overheats because it is trying to hold too many variables in its working memory, RAM. You loop on thoughts because your brain is terrified of forgetting them. You must externalize. Do not think about your problems. Get them out of the biology and on to the physics. Write them down. I don't mean journaling about your feelings. I mean data capture, bullet points, mapping, logic trees. Once a pattern is captured on paper, your brain recognizes it as saved data. It allows the RAM to clear. You will feel a physical release of pressure the moment the ink hits the page. Strategy 2. Feed the beast. Complexity. This is the most important part. You need a cognitive anchor. You need a hobby or a task that is difficult enough to force your default mode network to shut up. Watching TV is too easy. Your DNN can run in the background. You need complexity. Learn a language with a new alphabet. Write code. Play complex strategy games like chess or Go. Rock climbing, where if you lose focus, you fall. You need something that demands 100% of your processing power. When you engage the task-positive network, the focus mode, fully, the default mode network, the anxiety loop, is chemically forced to switch off. You will find more peace in 1 hour of intense coding or problem solving than in 1 week of sitting on a beach trying to meditate. Stop wishing for a slower brain. A slow brain couldn't do what you do. A slow brain doesn't have your insight, your creativity, or your depth. The shaking, the noise, that's just horsepower vibrating in the chassis. You have a Ferrari. Stop driving it in the parking lot. Give it a track. Give it a complex problem. Give it a purpose, and watch the anxiety transform into drive. This is RootedState. We don't fix you because you aren't broken. Subscribe for the manual.